Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel where we chat about all things circus, fitness and health. Today I really want to chat to you guys about something a little bit different this time, kind of related to what I'm going through at the moment. So, one second. And what happened recently was I got tonsillitis. We were in the middle of a move week, so we were moving from one lot to the next one with the circus tent, and well, I got tonsillitis and it's been really painful. My entire right side of my neck has been swollen up, so that has not been fun. And it's kind of brought about this video because I was writing a similar video idea and then I was like, wait a second, I'm writing this video about training mentality and attitude, but I'm writing a lot of stuff in particular to being injured or sick, and then I actually was, and my body forced me to take a break. So that's brought about this lovely video. I hope you guys enjoy. If you do end up enjoying this video, please give it a like because it really supports my channel and the YouTube algorithm. And hit the little subscribe button if you are new here and you want to see more videos just like this about circus and everything else. And with that, let's continue on into today's video. So what I really wanted to talk about in today's video was your attitude and your mindset when it comes to being injured or sick during that time, and then also when you're getting back into training, because it's a really tough time for an athlete or someone who just really enjoys training or they train a lot to suddenly not be able to. You've gone from full extreme to pretty much not doing anything at all, and that really sucks, and that can be a really tough time for people. It's really funny when I think about this kind of thing. Sometimes I think there could be two types of people, and the first one is the people that are obsessively committed to their sport and absolutely love it, and when they get sick or injured, they feel like their world has ended and it's like the end of the world, and yeah, you get the idea. And the second type is the people that when they get injured or sick, or when they know that they have to take a rest, they use it to their full advantage, where they really stop everything that they're doing and they really rest and recover. Let me know down in the comments which type of person you are. I know that's also a pretty broad term and there's probably lots of other different types of people, but let me know which one more resonates with you. I feel like I'm more the second type of person, but I also feel like I could fluctuate back to the first one, more in the fact that I always want to be moving, challenging my body and playing with circus skills, so I could also be that as well. So a really important aspect that I think really helps with your mindset, and when you're going through being sick or injured and you can't train and you're the kind of person that really enjoys your training a lot and you really miss it when you can't do it, is this nice analogy that I like, where you don't have all of your eggs in one basket. And what I mean by that is you want to have them spread out into different types of baskets. So you want to have some in your training, some in maybe let's say you're passionate about photography, maybe you have some eggs in your social basket, or you have some eggs in your school basket. So you can kind of when one goes away, so when you can't do any training, you can lean on those other ones and rely on them a bit more. Whereas when you don't have your eggs in your different baskets, it can be a bit tricky, because when you rely so much on one thing that when you lose that, it really it makes you realize that you don't rely on anything else in your life to enjoy and to experience life doing. And so you can do those other things and enjoy your life. So really using the time when you are sick or injured, using it to focus on other things. Maybe you really enjoy reading, but you haven't been reading a lot recently. So you could get back into reading, or if you like painting, or really anything else. Maybe even if it's watching some movies or TV shows. It's such a good thing to do to distract your mind a bit and to focus on other things that make you feel good. Also, the time that you have off, sometimes that can be also a really good sort of reminder that if you're a really busy person and you don't take a lot of time off, sometimes it can be a really good reminder that you really do need to take like breaks and rests and just recharge your body. So as I said before, it's like a really good reminder to remember to take breaks in life, especially if you got injured for overtraining. Like, it's a really good sign that you need to like schedule in periods of rest as well, because it helps to keep your body in like a really good like happy medium state where you're not like overworking it. On a similar note, but a slightly different branch, when you are a super busy person and you just don't take that time off, it's really good that when your body does force you to take this time off, that you take it and you really just rest, like fully rest for once. Like, don't try to do anything, just let yourself be lazy, because you're not being lazy, you're recharging your body to be more creative or to come back stronger and better, and to, you know, you rest up to like help your brain be more creative later on. I guess one of the most really important aspects of your mentality and your attitude when you are sick or injured is to really just accept where you are, accept that you can't do that thing that you love. It'll make moving on so much easier rather than dwelling in the negative and the sad thoughts and things, because it doesn't help you. You don't feel good. And so accepting it and moving on and thinking what you can do with that time and nice things that you can do with that time, the more helpful and better it is going to be for your mental health. Now, sort of following on from the sort of like during part of it is the coming out of it part. Now, such a common thing that I see when a lot of people are like obsessively in love with their sport is that when they're better, they go back into their training way too hard, way too fast. And it's a really common time when people just get injured again. So that's why it's really important that when you get back into things, you get back into them slowly. And you might have to like wait and, you know, practice a bit of patience. And that is super important when it comes to your mindset about practicing that like patience and that willpower, because it's so important. So you kind of need to accept the fact that you can't really charge back into it, and you're gonna be at a much less level than where you were from when you had to stop doing things, because you've taken some time off, you know, you've had some rest, and so you need to work your way back up to where you used to be. You can't just like start training again and expect yourself to be there. Like, it's ridiculous. It's impossible. Part of this, it might be really hard to accept these like feelings that you're like not adequate or you're not at that same level as you were before, and you just really need to come to terms with the fact that maybe if you've been injured, that you're not at where you used to be, and you need to work your way back up again to that point. And also on this, it's really important to have and change that mindset to a bit more of a slow growth one, as this belief will really help your mindset and your training heading back into it. During this stage, it's also really important that if you have been sick or particularly injured, that you work with like a professional teacher of whatever sport you're in, and to have a conversation with them about an action plan for you to do to slowly and gradually get back to your like peak training mode, so that you have like an action plan that you can follow along, and so you kind of have that something in place that doesn't make you really like rush ahead, and it's a nice like plan and outline for you to follow. And those are kind of all of the points that I wanted to talk about today. If you guys have any more ideas around attitude and mindset around like when you're sick and injured, or when you're getting back into training after being sick or injured, write them down in the comments below so we can share them with this community to help give advice to people that are struggling or need something like that to hear. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you next time. Bye. Of course, the dogs all start barking right now. Thank you, dogs. Thank you so much. Ian, are you asleep?
Oh boy.
You can just hear him snoring in the background, probably.